I look like a floral pilot. Owie. Hello, my beautiful blossoms, and welcome to my channel. My name is Mila, and here on Mila and Such, we talk about art, entrepreneurship, makeup, and sometimes useful tips. Apparently, I have Makeup and Makers Monday, a series that I started a few months ago where I talk about different creators, their lives, what was interesting about them to moi, and hopefully to you as well. So if you haven't checked that out, I would suggest that you do if you love. Oh, and I do that while I put makeup on, so, you know, it's different. Totally stole the idea from Bailey Sarian. Just saying, crediting her on every video. So today actually is going to be a little bit of a different experience here because I would like to tell you about a very useful trick that I found as far as creating your space in a way that is more accessible, I guess. So I live in New York, if you don't know, and I have an apartment in which where I have a small room that's my studio where I paint and I have my products organized. By the way, this video is sponsored by me. I always forget to do that. Self-promoting is not something that I am terribly good at, so I'm learning. I make silk accessories for my paintings and my illustrations. So this is one of them, and there's another one hanging in the back, which is basically the same one. I don't know why I put both of the same styles up, but whatever. And I create the scarves from the paintings, and then I sell them. I gave them to the people. I shared them with the world. And you can find them on mila-such.com. And yeah, that's it. Back to the regularly scheduled program. I have a little space. And my apartment is not terribly big. I mean, it's big for New York, but it's not terribly big. And I found that I would bump into things, or like if I wanted to move something, like even vacuuming, it's such a pain in the butt to keep moving like your coffee table, or, you know, I originally had the bright idea of having my makeup table be the place where I record because I already have everything there. And I was like, how am I going to do that? Anyway, so what I discovered is I put wheels on everything. That was my solution. I put wheels on pretty much anything I feel that I will need to be able to move in the future. In a small space, I think it's, for me anyway, it's important to be able to move things around, because then, you know, you can put something behind something else and then you can still move it. Particularly, I have this area where my table is, and it's a sketch table. It's a glass sketching table that I got on Amazon. I will link it for you. It's one of the best tables that I found for the money, because sometimes they're really expensive. And this one is really good and kind of tilts up. And I use it to basically record in front of. But again, my space is so limited that I had to keep it at an angle, and then it was kind of difficult to get to the other parts of the room. So I put it on wheels, and it was the best thing that I could do. So now, you know, if I do my makeup, I can move back and I still have my table, and then move forward. I'm going in a chair. You get the point. I can move it around and get around where I need to go to put my camera on, etc., etc. I am going to share with you the two casters that I found that really work well. One of them it's from the same company. One of them is the one that I attached to my drawing table, and the other one is that I attached to a shelf. We know those giant, sometimes they're not giant, some different sizes, shelves that you can keep your stuff on. And I have several in my studio, and I was having a hard time because I needed them in here to put product on, but I also have an exit onto a roof, and I wanted to make sure that I could get to that. And I ended up putting that on casters as well, which was the best thing I have done, honestly. Both of these things were super useful. But in my house right now, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 pieces of furniture that I have put on casters, or that I have purchased that have casters on. Very, very useful. If you want to see it, I'll show you them in this video, just short clips. And if you want to know what wheels I used, I purchased everything for the casters themselves from Amazon. And it was, I had to order about 3 different sets 4 different sets, as a matter of fact, to figure out which casters would fit this table, because originally this table came on with these little adjustable leveling feet, and I unscrewed that. I'm like, oh, okay, well, this will work. Same thing with the wire shelves. They come with leveling feet, so you can just take the feet off, zoop, 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 and put the caster on. So the two casters that I found to be the most useful, I again got on Amazon. I believe they were $15.99. They were like $16. The delivery was pretty quick, and they were from the same company. And the box looks like this. These are the 2 that I kept, and I got like 4 of the boxes. And the box with the 3/8 of an inch are the ones that I used for my wire shelving, because the nut was bigger. It's like, yeah, that's what fit. Don't need that much explanation. Anyway, so I unscrewed, my hair is everywhere. I unscrewed the little leveling feet, and you know, I just kept them with the box, and they came with little wrenches that you can use to tighten each of the casters. And do I have one in here? Yes, I do. So, you know, it's a tiny little wrench. If you don't have one around, everything's pretty much there to put them on. The 1/2 of an inch I put on the table, and it fit perfectly. The only thing with the table, I mean, and with the shelf, it raises your furniture up by, this one I want to say is 2 inches, and the other one is probably like 2.5, 3 inches. The table is 2 inches, and the shelf was raised a little bit more because I got bigger casters for it. They're really well made. They arrived pretty quickly, and I do recommend them. I think that they are doing a really good job. They're moving fairly, well, not fairly, they're moving really well. They don't get stuck. There's no rubbage. Is that a thing? Rubbing on anything when the wheel is moving. And they do have those little thingies that you can lock the wheel in place. So just in case you don't want it moving around, you can lock them in, which is useful if you need that feature. For me, I move them around all the time. Like, I have my camera right behind my table in the corner, and for me to get to my little card, or, you know, to the camera to do adjustments, I have to be able to move this table out of the way because my big fat butt cannot squeeze in the tiny little space. Anyway, very, very useful. Very useful. I loved it. And I am going to hopefully help somebody. I was looking on the internet for the longest time. I couldn't find anything. I called the company. I was like, hello, do you guys sell casters for this table? And they're like, no. So when I did some research on YouTube, I couldn't find anything either. So I figured, you know what, if I am in need of having this desk be mobile, I'm sure there's other people that are also, and hopefully it'll help. So yeah, that's it. I am going to include the links to the casters in the description box. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. There isn't anything else. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day, evening, morning, wherever you are. And I am going to see you in my next one. And I just do want to apologize for the fact that I've been missing for like a few weeks. My dad has come to stay with me for a while, and while he's here, you know, I don't get to see him very often. While he's here, usually he stays for like a prolonged period of time, and I try to spend as much time with him as I can. And of course, you know, parents will ask you to do errands for them, and that's generally what I end up doing too, which is fine. I don't mind it. I enjoy it. It's just that I don't really have a lot of time to do anything else. I'm just like looking, this is so off topic. This is so ADD of me, but I was looking at the video. If you look at my other videos, you'll notice like under my right eye, I always have this giant like water bag. It's just a bag under my eye, and I've been battling with it for a while. It's only on one side, and I don't know why it's only on this side, but I have been using my my roller, the little jade roller, every morning, and it's really gotten so much better. I'm really surprised. Like, I just diligently doing that every day, and I see a huge difference. So if you see my other video and you compare it to this video, maybe you guys will, you know, let me know if you see a difference too, or if it's just me. Anywho, have a great day.